Hey everyone, welcome back to Locally Hosted. I found something wild this week that changes how we feed context to AI agents.
Right, today we're looking at Microsoft's new Agent Skills repository, which solves the domain knowledge gap for coding agents.
Wait, domain knowledge? You mean like teaching an agent how to use a specific SDK without retraining it?
Exactly. The agents already have general patterns in their weights, but they lack the specific activation context for things like Azure SDKs.
So it's not about training new models, it's about giving them the right instructions at the right time?
Precisely. Think of it like a cheat sheet. You don't retrain the chef, you just hand them the specific recipe card for the dish you're making.
Okay, so how do you actually get these skills into the agent? Is it some complex API integration?
No, it's surprisingly simple. You run npx skills add Microsoft skills in your terminal, and it guides you through installing them.
Just an NPM command? That feels too easy for something that sounds this powerful.
It is easy. The skills are symlinked to your agent's directory, like .github skills for Copilot, so they're always available.
I see. So the agent reads these files as part of its context window when it needs to write Azure code?
Yes, they provide the Agents.md templates and MCP configurations that ground the agent in the specific SDK patterns.
That's clever. It leverages the agent's existing knowledge, but focuses it on the task at hand.
But here's the critical warning. You must use them selectively. Loading all skills causes what they call context rot.
Context rot? That sounds bad. What exactly happens if I just dump everything in?
Your attention gets diluted. You waste tokens on irrelevant patterns, and the agent gets confused by conflicting instructions.
So it's like giving a student a textbook on everything instead of just the chapter for the exam.
Perfect analogy. You want only the essential skills for your current project to keep the signal-to-noise ratio high.
Makes sense. And this works for more than just Azure, right? It's not locked to one ecosystem?
The repo focuses on Azure and Microsoft Foundry, but the pattern applies to any SDK you want to ground your agent to.
Are there a lot of skills available right now, or is it still a very small collection?
There are currently 174 skills available, with a one-click install explorer. It's growing rapidly as they add more.
174 is a solid start. Do these skills include tests to ensure they actually work correctly?
Yes, there are evals and tests in the workflow. They are expanding the test harness to ensure quality before you install them.
That's reassuring. I've had bad experiences with hallucinated SDK calls before. This feels more robust.
It is more robust because it's context-driven development. You're providing the ground truth, not hoping the agent guesses right.
Can I install these manually if I don't want to use the NPM wizard?
You can clone the repo and copy specific skill directories, or use symlinks for multi-project setups.
Symlinks are great for keeping things DRY. Do these skills work with different agents or just Copilot?
They are designed for agents like Copilot CLI and VS Code, but the structure is agnostic enough for other coding agents too.
So, the big takeaway is, don't retrain, just provide context, and be selective about which context you provide.
Exactly. Use skills selectively to avoid context rot, and leverage the 174 available skills for Azure and Foundry.
This is a huge win for developer productivity. No more fighting with generic agent behavior on specific SDKs.
It shifts the burden from the model's weights to your local configuration, which is much more manageable.
I'm going to try adding the Cosmos DB skill to my next project. How does the community contribute new skills?
It's open source. Contributions are welcome, and they are actively updating skills to use the latest SDK patterns.
Awesome. It's great to see Microsoft pushing this standard for agent grounding.
It's a pragmatic approach. Context is king, and this gives us a better way to wield it.
All right, that's all we got this week. If this blew your mind, come back next time.
We'll probably break it again. Original source is linked in the description.
Subscribe to Locally Hosted for more deep dives. Thanks for watching.